What's up, burrito? Shade Tree Surgeon here. Back in the garage, back with the Dirtster. There is another trip coming up on this bike, and I got more than a few upgrades I want to do to it. If you guys remember at the end of the last video or a couple videos ago, I never know when this stuff is going to appear in a video. I just kind of like mash things together wherever they fit, and sometimes even where they don't fit. Hence this bike. The bike just needs some general maintenance on top of some of the upgrades I'm going to do to it, so I'm going to start doing that. I got to drain the oil. I've got a big gash in my clutch line, so I'm going to have to get a new clutch cable. I've got to change the transmission and primary fluid. Got to do something about those rear shocks too, but you know, it ain't going to do itself. And maybe changing the primary fluid ain't the most exciting thing, and certainly doesn't smell very good, and it's always really messy. In fact, I hate doing it. I don't like pulling off the primary cover, but I got to do it for a couple different reasons. One, that oil needs to get changed. Two, I got a spring plate in that clutch still, and if you guys know anything about Sportsters, you'll know that they have a spring plate instead of extra clutch plates in their clutch hub, and that spring plate is a ticking time bomb, a recipe for disaster. I really should have replaced it before I went on the last trip with this bike. Definitely not going on another long off-road trip with a spring plate in that clutch hub, so that's got to come out. I've got to pull the clutch hub and take it down to the ride factory, get that removed, and get the proper amount of clutch plates put in that. Don't know why they always did that. Harley-Davidson literally never changed it. Sportsters had that weird spring plate in their clutch all the way up till the last model year. They literally never changed it, and it breaks all the time. All right, first things first, let's get rid of this freaking clutch cover here. And yes, I'm gonna use a power ratchet. No, I'm not gonna feel bad about it. Even though it usually can't break things loose, man, this thing just saves so much time. Always remember, on these Sportsters, this thing is spring-loaded, so hold your hand on it when you pull that last one out. Not that it's gonna fly off and hit you in the head or anything, but it's an easy way to lose parts. Now we can go ahead and pull this guy out. I've actually got a easy pull replacement for that. Remember, it is reverse threaded. You guys are wondering where I got this mid-control setup and the shifter. This originally came with forward controls. It's still got the hole up here. These are all from TC Bros, man. They make a really good mid-control kit that is also super affordable. There we go. Now with all that stuff out of the way, we can go ahead and pull the primary off. Always want to make sure, and this is just true with any machined surface. Actually, this thing is not really good for breaking stuff loose. It's like to use a regular ratchet to break it loose and switch back to the power ratchet. I've actually never had this primary cover off. Oh, we are gonna give it a little help from the persuader. There we go. All right, here we go. Cool. Lost my rubber piece too. Losing all sorts of stuff. Now, what I would like to point out right now is me not following my own advice, which is whenever you're working on these parts, you see that right there? That sucker right there is the starter. And these don't look like gears you want to have your finger in. So let me follow my own advice and disconnect the battery. And normally this would be a lot easier on a Sportster because you just pull the seat and disconnect it, but I've done all sorts of funny stuff to my Sportster, like this weird seat. So one drawback of that is it makes the battery a lot harder to access for something as simple as just disconnecting it, you know? Fingers crossed. The pasta rocket, it's always a gamble. On with the bruschetta, the Testa Bruschetta 2. Ha! Ha ha! Twice I laugh. You know, sometimes only a Ducati will do. And when the traffic's heavy, you want something a little light on its feet. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and skip this. Woof. Yikes. Take it easy. Yeah, like I said, you want something a little light on its feet. Gotta make a last-minute trip up to Best Buy. We're about to start Shay's podcast. Well, it's me and Shay's podcast. It's on Shay Lisi's Twitch channel, though. We've been having such a good time doing the Twitch thing. Really been very rewarding. It's been helping me work on my off-the-cuff speaking, because all this stuff is pre-recorded, you know? When the YouTube videos, I just get to try again. It's actually been a whole lot of fun just doing that live thing and really just playing with it. Come on, let's go. We got e-girl activities online to do. Oh man, Shay Lacey's not an e-girl. What is an e-girl though? You tell me. I'm not really sure. Yes, our new podcast. Well, it's not new. We had this idea forever ago. We just never actually put it into practice. And it's still just going to be streamed on Twitch, but we're going to stream it on Twitch, and then I'm going to re-upload it to the Brapstar YouTube channel, which, if you're not subscribed to the Brapstar YouTube channel, link down below. What's going on up there? We going. Come on, guys. We can do this. Anyway, where was it? Yeah, daddy issues. Everybody's got them, right? I don't care if you like your dad, you hate your dad, or you never even met your dad. Motherfucker, you got daddy issues. E-girl or not. This is a concept that me and Shay Lacey came up with, gosh, a long time ago, a few years back, and we just never put it into practice because, like most great ideas, you just never do them. And I'm not even saying it's a great idea. Let's just say, like most ideas, you just never do it. You just go, wow, that'd be really great, and then just don't do it. Well, that stops today. We're doing it, and today's the first episode, and I'm interviewing Shay Lacey because when I say it's the first episode, it's the first episode. We don't really have any guests, you know. We're the guests, and it'll give me a chance to work on my interviewing skills. Well, develop some interviewing skills. I don't think I need to work on my skills. I don't have any skills. I need to develop. I'm used to answering the questions, not asking the questions. This is a total role reversal for me. I mean, it's not all about me. It's about somebody else. I really don't know how I feel about it. Well, I don't know if I'll have the first episode up on the Brapstar YouTube channel yet, but you'll definitely be able to see it on Shay Lacey's Twitch channel. And by the way, you can subscribe to Shay Lacey's Twitch channel and support her there with your Amazon Prime for $0. You can do that for free if you got Amazon Prime. I hate wearing earbuds. I hate wearing earphones, but the time has come to finally admit that it's really hard to live stream, record yourself, and do all that stuff unless you're wearing a pair of earphones. So I've come to bite the bullet and procure a pair. Headsets acquired. Let's roll. We got daddy issues to confront. Yeah, let's skip all that traffic again and do the surface roads. The thing about skipping the highways and doing the surface roads is, man, it really has to actually be really bad traffic for that to be a winner, but today, it's really bad. And yes, I said headsets plural because Cammy Bay is coming over to help me interview Shay, which I'm sure a bunch of people are going, Cammy Bay? The tattooed Cammy Bay? Shaking her ass. She's the queen of daddy issues. That's hilarious because Cammy actually has a great relationship with her parents. So yeah, we're calling the show Daddy Issues because we think it's funny. The whole correlation between daddy issues and being a slut because you didn't get enough attention from your dad as an insult to me has always been kind of weird. I don't understand how those two are tied, and there's an awful lot of people saying it who I don't know if you got a psychology degree on your wall, bud. I certainly don't, but they're just like, oh, for sure. Oh, she's a skank. Bad relationship with her dad. I've known a few skanks over my years, you know. I hate to burst your bubble about the innocent old shade tree surgeon, but yeah, I've known my fair share of skanks over the years, okay? Quite a few. Plenty of them had great relationships with their dad, so I just doesn't track for me, but it's always used as an insult, and we think it's funny, hence the name of the podcast. Also, stop saying slut like it's a bad word. God damn, man, some of my best friends are sluts. And no, when I say some of my best friends are sluts, no, I'm not talking about Cammy Bay. Let me tell you what, a girl's not a slut, dude. She keeps her panties locked up tighter than Fort Knox. You know, unless you're ugly, fat, broke, you smell bad, you've got gold teeth, you ride a motorcycle, and you're an internet micro-celebrity, you just don't have a chance with Cammy Bay, okay? Those are some pretty stringent requirements, you know, not just everybody can meet those, all right? She is not a slut. Now take somebody real special, a real special kind of moron. Cammy really only goes for that special breed, those high-powered mutants, too rare to die and too weird to live. Wherever might she ever find one of those? Alas, she may go forever without finding that true spark, that true love. Such is life, c'est la vie. Hope you guys got to miss an amazing tool run. Had to go buy a new socket for the compensator here because my GoPro died. But I promise he was amazing. I rode the pasta rocket. It was incredibly fast. I did perfect wheelies. There was women screaming and their breasts were heaving and it was absolutely amazing. I don't know, maybe it was just Mike Branch's head. That was my breast. Yeah. I just saw that head and I was like, ooh, titties. All right, me and Mike Branch are gonna go ride Gold Wings, but before that, let me see if I can actually get this compensator nut off. I'm gonna have to get in those Gold Wing rides pretty soon there, Mike. Pretty soon you're not gonna have a Gold Wing anymore.
Man, when I was riding on the way down here, it was like
That's
like, holy
sad,
shit,
right?
It's about to be gone. That thing has been on all adventures with me for almost 2
Dude, you only been on one out-of-state Harley adventure. The Road King will freaking fill the void.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Or, I mean, it'll sort of fill the void. I've been trying to fill the void for years, and nothing really works.
No, but I'll keep trying.
Yeah, the fun's in the trying. That's what we always say. This motherfucker's like 200 foot-pounds, dude.
That's a lot of foot-pounds.
And on there, man. I'm just like worried about this flying off of here, you know what I mean?
When I worked on helicopters, when we had to torque our tail rotor blades on, there was 4 bolts, 450 foot-pounds. It was a 3/4 inch drive torque wrench, and the thing was like 3 feet long, dude. It still took a lot of... It's not straight. Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like it's... There you go.
Woo. All right, yeah, that's a heart pounder right there, buddy. Not one you want to round off, that's for damn sure. Especially when you know you don't have exactly the largest amount of faith in your tool that you just made freaking seconds ago. And had to adjust 3 times because you kept making it too long, so definitely a heart pounder. Okay, dead batteries and now a full card. Let's see if we can get that other nut off and see if... Mike Branch came over here to ride Goldwings. And so far, all he's done is watch me work on this bike. Allegedly, we'll ride Goldwings. Harley Davidson's always getting in the way by being broken. That's what they say. You get a Honda.
I was going to say a Harley in pieces isn't exactly a shocker here.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, let's get to it.
Harley mechanic now.
Over here freaking helping me work on shit. Supposed to be riding motorcycles.
That's fine. That's why I'm here.
Oh, hey, there we go.
It is a lot less.
I must have just rounded it off. No, it's good.
Oh, wait, man. They have to make those out of steel or something.
I don't know what they make it out of. I think it's they're pretty tough. I've seen them rounded off, though. I've seen them fucked up.
Damn.
Well, what happens is, not that I know everything, but I know a little bit. What happens is people who don't know how to take this stuff off just fuck them, trying to get them off, you know? They're just trying everything, dude. And when you're like trying to get a bolt off, man, and I've done this when I was younger, and you've tried everything and nothing is working, and you just start to like exist in this weird liminal space of like the only thing that matters is getting this fucking nut off. You will just start trying anything, dude. You're just hitting with chisels and hammers and biting at it with your teeth and just losing your shit. And then you wake up the next day and you're just like, what have I done? You've been there, right?
I fucked up radiator fans on the Goldwing.
Yeah, dude.
Trying to figure out how to put them back on.
Right, and you get to that point where you're just like trying shit that you're like, I'm actively breaking this. Almost can't stop yourself. You're in this weird, crazed state. You know, so I've been there.
It's always a skipped step. Not every job in the Shade Tree Army is glamorous. I've been enlisted so far to help hold wrenches, watch with anxiety and tension as he's pulling on these. I don't even know what this is. I've never been inside of a primary of a Harley Davidson before. I'm just hoping he doesn't drop. I've seen him fabricate tools.
Dude, I will tell you, the weirdest thing for me in the world, Mike, is when someone's like, oh, you know a lot. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I don't know anything.
I guess.
Half the time I guess, I just like kind of bumble my way through things in a way that you would not believe. I guess compared to some people I do, and that's not talking crap about anybody. I'm not like, oh, I'm smart compared because someone else is dumb, but I really don't know much, I promise you. Well, I finally stopped tricking Mike Branch into working on Harley Davidsons, and we're gonna stop working on Harleys and ride Hondas. It's funny, so I'm gonna laugh, but I also feel bad.
I made the joke.
No, I've been making, you should hear the jokes I was making about you getting fired, though. They were so, oh my God, dude, everyone was rolling. They were just dying. I'll tell you, you don't want to hear it though. I don't know if it's not your kind of humor, you know? It's not your kind of humor. I forgot it, man. I forgot it. It was, you had to be there. It was in the moment, you know?
Well, at least that can be a source of entertainment somehow.
So you see, that's called looking on the bright side, baby. You know what they say Honda stands for? Harley owners need dependable alternatives. Starts right up. Why the hell wouldn't it? One carburetor, no rear suspension. Mike Branch's Goldwing is actually in way better shape than mine. Woo, baby, ramming speed directly into the wild blue fucking yonder. Well, not quite ramming speed directly into the wild blue
yonder. First, we have to make another Harley pit stop. You know, the Goldwing, it's great, man. I love this thing. Plenty of trunk space for all of those Harley parts that I have to transport up to the ride factory so they can fix them for me.
Dude, I actually love that Goldwing. It's actually tricolor, blue, green, and black on it. Hey, man, all those parts fit, and I think it looks cool. I think it gives it a lot of character, but that's just me. I mean, look what I ride. Let's get some Harley parts dropped off here at the ride factory, even though they work on everything, man. There's actually a couple Honda Goldwings here right now. There's everything here from shovel heads, pan heads, air heads, oil heads, Hondas, Kawasaki's, freaking you name it, man. The ride factory works on it. Once again, this is why you come to the ride factory, because when I need an extra plate kit for my Evo Sporty, Brian from the Ride Factory has one on the shelf. Most people would have to order it, and yeah, maybe you could order one off of Amazon, but as I always say, keep ordering your parts on Amazon. You don't support your local bike shop. Maybe you can get next day, but you never get same day. That's for damn sure. Harley owners need dependable alternatives. Well, of course, you know, I've got Hondas that break down all the time, too. I don't discriminate when it comes to sketchy motorcycles. Oh, well, now we got those parts dropped off. Me and Mike Branch, just two cool dads, out on a cool dad adventure, baby. I've been on a couple dad adventures with Mike Branch rides with him on that Goldwing, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I've been to freaking halfway across the country and back with Mike Branch while he's been on that Goldwing. That's wild, man. Just really cool. The places that this stupid little thing called YouTube, the stupid places that it brings us, and the people that it brings into our lives is just so freaking amazing, man. Shay Lisi said it on Twitch not too long ago. She's like, who would be friends with Mike Branch? Which is very funny, but you know, like, why would we ever meet Mike Branch? You know, Branch is a grandpa, you know, a young grandpa, a hot grandpa, certainly, but a grandpa nonetheless. You know, our paths might have never crossed except for motorcycles and YouTube, and I'm so thankful for that. Well, motorcycles, YouTube, and Goldwings anyway.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Dude, that's the Goldwing move right there, man. You gotta try hard to look on a cool on a Goldwing. Probably harder than this, but I love it, dude. It's its own kind of cool. It's the whole retro futurism thing. I have so many buttons at my disposal. As Mike Branch experiences his swan song with his Goldwing. It's funny now because he bought a Road King, which I'm very jealous of, but he bought a Road King and he's giving away his Goldwing, so that just doesn't make sense to me. What is he gonna use to go get parts for his Road King if he's giving away his Goldwing, you know? I don't know if he thought this through completely. The places that YouTube has brought us, man, and all the people that it's brought in my life, which now is always through the Forgotten Angels Campout, which is coming up. That is the weekend of March 18th. That means I want all you weirdos down here in the Wang to party with us at the Forgotten Angels compound. March 18th, it's going to be a St. Patrick's Day party. It's going to be a blast. It always is. We have people who have been coming and they've never missed a camp out. Like David always says, the first time you show up at Forgotten Angels, you're a friend. The second time you show up, you're family.
I don't have friends. I got family.
And honestly, pretty much most of the time, the first time you show up, your family too. So I'll tell you that right now. March 18th, come on down. And we usually start at that Thursday. So March 18th is a Saturday. We'll be starting it the Thursday before that. People will be starting to camp. I'll be there hanging out. We're going to do group rides. We'll have free food, free beer, free camping, free everything. All you got to do is get your ass down here. That's actually funny when Mike Branch decided that he was going to, to do a limited run of stickers for that goal, which are, by the way, you meet the worst people on a Honda stickers. When he decided he was going to do that, I told him, like, dude, whoever ends up winning that giveaway, just fly them down so they can ride that Goldwing home. And I think it would be even a cooler idea is if whoever wins that Goldwing that Mike Branch is giving away, if you just wait on it, let him keep it in his garage, and then fly down for the camp out. That would be awesome. To fly down here for a Forgotten Angels camp out, party all weekend, and then ride Swamp Water home. To me, that sounds like a hell of a time. And I know it's a hell of a time because plenty of other people who have won raffles have done exactly that. My man who won the PC 800, Barf Vader, he actually flew down and ended up riding that motorcycle back home to Texas. Our girl out in Tennessee who won one of the Silver Wings that we gave away, she actually rode down on the back of her boyfriend's bike and then they rode back together. She still rides that thing all the time. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she's watching the premiere right now because she hangs
hangs out a lot.
My girl from Ohio who ended up taking home the 131 Lowrider ST, she came down and rode it back. And, you know, Lost on the Road 21, the guy who won Road King Kong and also now a good friend of ours after the fact, he flew down, partied with us, rode the bike all around, flew back home, had the bike shipped. But then to make up for it, he rode Road King Kong all the way down from Portland to the Forgotten Angels Campout and then back. Now, that is badass. Yeah, I think it's fitting. Whoever wins that, I really hope whoever wins Swamp Water, you know, I really hope that you end up choosing to like let it sit here, wait for a little while, fly down for the camp out, and then ride it back home. That would just be so cool. Damn, look at this freaking car. That's so damn cool. All right, we must away. Here at Eastside, the natives are getting restless. Yeah, this is about to turn bad. Let's rock and roll. Rooster's Eastside Lounge, a true Florida man bar. Just, you know, don't come in here talking too loud. You might not like the consequences. When we say anything goes, we mean anything goes until it doesn't. Just a beautiful bar on the river. Well, I mean, a bypass canal. But, you know, I mean, kind of a river. Like all great bars, protected by a trailer park directly next door. But we must away. It is time for myself and Mike Branch to make our entrance on the Shea Lisi Twitch stream. We're going to the live stream, half-cocked, baby, ready to rock and roll. I don't know, man. I think the bartender wanted me. They said Shade Tree Surgeon, but she heard Shade Tree Virgin, and her eyes lit up. I could tell she was looking at me with lust in her eyes. The bartender at Eastside saw me all young and vulnerable. Shade Tree Virgin. All of a sudden, I felt in danger, baby. I felt in danger, and I liked it.
Trying to get on it.
Hell yeah, dude. Microwaves on defrost. We're having chicken tonight. All right, well, pit stop at the Stab and Grab because guess what, baby? It ain't a live stream without stopping at the Stab and Grab. Let me do this and I'll do a backwoods banana. You got it back there. Yeah, that's the one, man. Dude, we got Miller Lite and some backwoods bananas. Mike, it's on the fucking party. It's the next day. Let me tell you what, man. Me and Mike Branch, two Honda daddies out on an adventure. We tied one off last night, baby.
Good times, though. Good times hanging out with Mike Branch. We have such similar tastes in music, and I was amazed that he'd never heard Southern Rock Opera by Drive-By Truckers. And me and Mike Branch sat down. Take it easy, okay? It is the crack of noon, and some of us are just waking up. Me and Mike Branch sat down and listened to Southern Rock Opera by Drive-By Truckers from the very beginning to the very last song, which is the only way to enjoy that double album. It's a concept album. Your very first time listening to it, you should listen to it from the first song all the way to the last song. And by God, that is exactly what I did. And man, does that album hold up. What just an absolutely beautiful album. I love it.
If you've never listened to Southern Rock Opera all the way through from start to finish, do yourself a favor and try it out. All right, let's go grab my... Damn, that is a good-looking bike. Oleans, they got the whole deal on that Glide. Now, let's do yourself a favor, check it out. Now, let's go grab my parts, various oils and gaskets, and get that Sportster off the lift. I'm tired of not riding it. Parts acquired, baby. Support your local motorcycle shop. You know, it's really easy to order stuff on Amazon, but when you got a question, you need to call someone, you need to answer, you need someone to help you out, and you need a part the same day. If you don't buy your parts from your local motorcycle shop, they ain't gonna be around. Oh, kind of a bummer that Mike Branch ain't gonna be a gold wing daddy with me anymore, but c'est la vie. Someone else gets to be a gold wing daddy with me.
Since it is an offer to fly down and freaking hang out, I really hope that you wait and you come down for the March 18th camp out if you end up winning Mike Branch's gold wing. I just think that would be so freaking cool. But, you know, whoever wins, it'll be up to them. I know one of the things that Mike offered as well for whoever ends up winning his gold wing is that he'll ride it to wherever they are and drop it off. That might actually be cool too, and I don't know, man, maybe I'll ride with him. we'll see what happens. I never know the future holds and where the person might be, but that would be pretty dope. Again, my favorite part about all of this stuff is just making new friends and meeting new people. And then a couple people go like, man, it seems very shady that you know all the people who won these motorcycles from Forgotten Angels raffle. I'm like, dude, I didn't know any of them before they won one of the raffles. I've just gotten to know them all afterwards, and they've all ended up being awesome people, and they're now lifelong friends. So like we say, like, winning a raffle comes with a friendship package, whether you want it or not.
Okay, let's get this thing back together under a little bit of a time crunch because my very good friend Blockhead did a review on this bike, and all of a sudden he realized he doesn't have a picture of it for his thumbnail, and he goes, hey man, can you send me a picture of the Dirtster for a thumbnail? And I said, yeah, but if I send you a picture of it, it's gonna be on the lip. Let's button this thing back up so you guys can hear Blockhead's review of Old Dirty Bastard. Yeah, you always know when your friends work on your bike. That's Shelby all day long. Oh, Shelby did let this sit in oil overnight, so it is ready to install, baby. There we go. All right, baby. Old Dirty Bastard, Project Raw Dog, Plan B, coming back. You know, when it comes to Loctite, everyone's got different ideas, but I've been told red for the compensator nut, blue, just a little bit of blue for the clutch. So that's what I'm gonna do. It definitely had some kind of Loctite on it before. This is not how far you normally tighten up a torque wrench. So yeah, 220 foot-pounds of torque, man. That's freaking the real deal up here, baby. All right, let's see if we can do her. It's just wild when you're doing this. It just feels like you're breaking it. You're having to push it down so hard. It's stressful. Yeah, you gotta put your whole ass into this one. You better make sure you're fucking confident in this, which I'm, you know, not completely super confident in it. I really don't want this thing to let go while I'm doing this. That would be a bummer. Come on. Aha! Damn, dude. That is no joke. All right, only 75 on this guy. That's definitely fucking well over 75. This thing like click both ways? That's insane. Okay, yeah, I just way over tightened that. This torque wrench only clicks if you're going clockwise. That is some old bullshit. I'm going to 100% be returning that. I bought it just for this occasion because I needed one that went up to 250 pounds, and that's bullshit. That's going right back. There we go. Just in the hopes that we're not taking this off again, let's go ahead and use a little bit of blue Loctite on these guys. All right, with anything where you're mating two flat surfaces and those two flat surfaces need to hold in liquid, do it in a cross pattern. Well, I was tightening this clutch cable and righty-tighty became righty-loosey. That was pretty frustrating. So I am going to step away from this side of the vehicle. This side of the vehicle is where pain, disappointment, heartbreak, and irrational throwing of tools exists. I'm gonna go ahead and step to the other side of the Sportster and just let this one sit for a little while. I'm just a little bit worried about this exhaust heating up my gas here, so I got this. This is basically just a end cap for like an ATV. I'm not even sure what exhaust it was for. It's the same diameter as we got in here, just the holes don't line up, so let's make some new holes and see if we can make this work on the Super Trap. Once again, just, you know, my very exact measurements here. Might not look great, but it definitely looks custom-y. All right, after that very embarrassing loss on this side of the bike, had a win on the other side of the bike, and now that I've had myself a little win, let's go back here and try to fix this. Luckily, I had another clutch cable at my storage unit, so I'm gonna cut this one off and try to get the piece I broke off out of the primary. How I'm gonna get it out of the primary, I don't really know yet. You know, we'll just have to figure something out. What's the no other alternative? I don't feel like you should have to buy a new primary just because you freaking broke a clutch cable, you know? I feel like I can get it out if I can get this cable cut, man. It's made of tough stuff. You've never broken a clutch cable? This one seems badass. Damn, they're just actually made of pretty stern stuff, I will say. Let's see if I can get this part out without dropping it into the primary. Success! I mean, it's still a failure, but success! Now here's to hoping this doesn't ruin the entire case. Be very careful. Hell yeah, that worked like a champ, baby. I'm on a roll, I can't lose. Okie dokie, baby. We got a new one from Burley Brand here. Let's see if I can actually get this one in without freaking breaking it. Okay, that is in. I felt like that was way harder to do than it should have been. Kind of frustrating. Well, let's get the rest of this stuff together. Remember, counterclockwise on this guy. So since I put an extra plate in that clutch, I'm gonna bust this guy out of retirement. I'm gonna give it a second shot. I don't think I gave this Righteous Stunt Metals clutch I don't think I gave it the proper try first, so we're gonna do it again. I'm not crazy that this is made for Harley-Davidsons and it uses metric fasteners, but it's by far not the only thing that is on this bike that's made for Harley-Davidsons to use metric fasteners. For safety's sake, a little dab of blue Loctite on this sucker too. Alright, got this sucker back together. Now let's adjust the primary chain. What you do by this, I've always been told by Shelby that people over tighten the fuck out of this thing, so I'm just gonna give it a couple of smacks of the hammer there. Make sure I don't round these suckers off and I'm having to drill them out. That would not be ideal. It's only supposed to be have 3/8 of an inch worth of play. There's a big nut down here and 1/4 inch Allen that you adjust it with. But pretty easy to do because the chain's only about 3/8 tall, so a minute I can move right about there. Just about as much as the chain. You're moving about as far as the chain is wide in there. And it gets 1 full quart. And that's it. I ought to put that peg in before I start filling it up. It's gonna start leaking out. Now that that's tight, let's fill her up. All right, time for a little less working on this bike and a little more riding this bike. Really want to put some miles on it to see if this exhaust is going to heat up this can right here or not. I'm not really sure how that's going to work. Well, there's only one way to find out. I'll ride it around and see if this is melted. This thing just never fails to start right up, man. Oh my gosh, even with an 883 making probably like 40 horsepower, if that. This is still one of the most fun bikes I have to ride. That old saying just holds so true with this bike. It's more fun to ride a slow bike fast than it is to ride a fast bike slow. How's it going, man? Not bad. Oh, what's crazy about this Sportster is it gets its worst gas mileage on the highway. And it's funny, in town, this thing will get like 45, 50 miles to the gallon, man. Cruising on the highway around 75 RPM. I mean, even wailing on it like this, it'll still get 45 miles a gallon. You start cruising on the highway, you're doing freaking 70 miles an hour all day, it drops right down into the 30s. Got some speedy boys over there. Triumph Street Triple, and what's the other one? Or Speed Triple, who knows? And oh, very cool, SVC 650. Who doesn't love those, man? I always wonder when I see motorcycles, you're just like, I must know those people, because there's only like 3 degrees of separation between all bikers, pretty much in America, let alone just in Tampa. Look, there's my man here rolling out freaking on this nice day with this freaking framed out freaking tube roll cage inside Miata over here. I like the way you do business, bud. Oh shit, he's got his YouTube on the back. Go over to Driver Dan, DRVR Dan, and tell him old Shade Tree Surgeon sent you. Let's see, we'll go check out his content later, see what he's working with, see what kind of videos he's got in this Miata right here. I mean, you don't put a roll cage in a car like that for no reason. I gotta imagine he does autocross or races or does something. I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot of people out there drag racing Miatas, like autocross and track racing, hell yeah. I don't think that the local autocross, I don't think that they make you put roll cages in, so you gotta figure if he's got a roll cage like that, he's gotta be on an actual, like going out to Daytona or something. Oops, I also just realized I never put the license tag back on this motorcycle. This is like one of the only vehicles I have that has a has a real tag, and I forgot to put it on the bike. Just like how we do business, okay? The only one that's legit, I'm now riding dirty just because I'm forgetful. I really hope I pull over and my exhaust can isn't melted. Obviously, it's some freaking made in China thing, you know, it's not a Rotopax. The Rotopax it's a much better unit, but I just couldn't make it fit right there. I don't know if I can order just the gas can and not like all the bracketry. All right, back at Best Buy again in the same video because the headphones I bought suck.
It's annoying because Best Buy obviously does not have the selection of shopping online, but, you know, and I know you can return things to Amazon. You know, I forget to put my license plate on this thing, dude. Whenever I try to return something to Amazon, it's just like, good luck remembering to do that. Let's see if we can get some headphones that actually work for the podcast.
Oh, up here at Forgotten Angels to do a little bit of work to the Winnebago, test out the motorcycle ramps. You'll see those in a second. But funny enough that we're out here doing our camping stuff, I got a couple different things, and we're picking up the Winnebago because they have a whole fleet of RV people. You can see them dotted all over the property over here, all down here for the RV show. And they're all these just little kind of, not quite, I guess like on box truck type frames. They all look like, I don't know if they're all Fords. Are they all Fords?
All Winnebagos.
Yeah, all Ford Winnebagos?
Yep.
No, I don't hear anybody running a generator. It's so quiet out right now, you'd hear it. Which brings us to this. We're about to pull this out of the box. You can see for size comparison, there's Tiger. The Afferly Portable Power Station, 2000 watt. This supposedly is supposed to take the place of a generator. So fully charged, this should last you a whole weekend of camping in your RV or wherever you happen to be. They say it'll run an air conditioner, TVs, laptops, all simultaneously. Supposedly it can even charge an electric car. I don't have an electric car, so I don't think we're gonna test that one out. I think we're just gonna go ahead and see if it can run an air conditioning in my RV. If my air conditioning works, I don't know if it does. We'll see if it'll run an AC and everything else we have in the RV, but I'm pretty stoked about this because I will tell you one of the most annoying sounds when you're camping in an RV, which isn't really camping. A lot of people will say that's not camping, but I don't know, man. I like my Winnebago, dude. I freaking paid $2,500 for the thing. It kicks ass. The most annoying sound when you're camping is a generator. A generator and a dude with an acoustic guitar, man. That is just the soundtrack of hell for me. Just somebody fires up their old freaking Harbor Freight generator with half a muffler on it, and some dude busts out an acoustic guitar and says, anyway, this is Wonderwall. Hell. So let's see if we can mitigate the sounds of hell a little bit with this thing. Not a whole lot in here, but that's cool. That means I don't have a whole lot to keep track of. We got a couple different charging cords here. I like they included anything. You've got 2 Type-Cs, USBs, 2 3.0s, whatever. I really don't know what all this crap is. I really don't know what this one is. Like, I'm not sure what core, maybe that's European or something, and it's got a cigarette lighter, and then these guys. You know, even though it's got all those USBs in the front, it has 6 110 outlets. I mean, you know, I would have expected 1 at least, maybe at least 2, but 6 of them, that's that's pretty badass. Let's see if it comes with a charge or not. Well, comes with a 35% charge. If I read the instructions, it would probably tell me to not use it before I completely charge it up, but I'm gonna go ahead and use it. All right, so we got this hooked up, and let's see if it works. I mean, I don't know. How do you know if it's working? Doesn't really make any noise. It beeped when I pressed the button. This camper is so freaking old. There's no things in here that'll be like, oh yeah, well, you know, you've got this much power left. You know, everything's pretty old school. But then I'm just like, are they running off the battery or are they running off that thing? Or is that thing charging the deep cycle battery for this?
It should be automatic transfer. Once you plug into 110, it should be.
Is that what you think? I don't know, man. You would think so. That's what you...
Transfer right to the 110.
I just don't know a lot about these things. I guess I would have to just go put a freaking voltmeter on my deep cycle and see if it changes when we plug it and unplug it.
Yeah, like I said, I think when you unplug from 110, it automatically puts it back to 12.
I think my fridge is propane. I'm not sure though. I got no light in here, so. All right, we're gonna try charging this thing up past 35% to see if it'll run the Winnebago. Now I know the Winnebago will run on power. It will run because Shep goes, why don't you just plug the damn thing in? And now all of a sudden the AC's kicking, the air conditioner's on, and everything works on the stabbing wagon over here. So we're gonna charge that thing up because it was only at 35% and see if maybe it needs to have above a certain charge to run something that's demanding as much power as this thing is.
You just put it around
Dude,
your neck.
Bluetooth. So my girl Tara,
Proximity.
my girl Tara over here, who's part of the RV rally, has an ADV 150, which I didn't even know you could get to in America. Which this is basically like if the Trail 125 is like the old school one, this is everything the Trail 125 brought up to 2023. Dude, that is for I had no idea you could get those in America.
Yeah, and it's got suspension, like real suspension.
That's what I'm saying is the ADV 150s, dude. It's got those freaking like piggyback Showa suspension in the back and everything. Dude, that's a cool bike. And that's like the perfect bike to take on one of these. There you go.
I just throttle brake, brake right up the ramp. So easy.
Funny enough, I just bought 2 of these for my, no, I bought ones from Harbor Freight. We'll see if they last.
No motor code.
Yeah, mototote.com. I'll have to look into that. I wanted them today.
It's a 350 HD cutaway chassis.
That's what I saw in these. So I'm sorry, I was just getting David coming back. So these are the first model years of these?
Yes. So they get the Ford Transit
Gotcha.
350 HD cutaway chassis from Ford, and then they build the RV, which is called a Winnebago Echo, and it comes standard with over 400 watts of solar on the roof.
Oh, so this is like off the grid, off the grid.
Completely. That's what I said. That's why I sold this to David. I'm like, we're off grid and self-contained.
Dude, I noticed that when I came up because I just got a 2,000 watt electric generator. It's not a generator, it's just a big battery.
Inverter. Oh,
you know.
Yeah. Come with a 2,000 watt inverter.
I don't hear a single generator running, which that's the soundtrack of hell is generators and somebody with an acoustic guitar. Sorry, David.
It comes standard with the fairly new Onan generator that's quiet.
So you
do have them, but they're very quiet.
Right. Yeah, and I know. So I'm just like with the quiet generators. I see those and they're so cool. But all my generators have the muffler half falling off.
Right.
All right.
Over 300 amp hours of lithium battery.
Oh my gosh.
From Lithionics, which is in Clearwater.
Dude, and you got these things are like the size of a car.
Yeah. And for those of us that are a little bigger who don't want to be in a
That's
wet
me.
bath, I need to show you my partial wet.
Do you mind if we go inside? I would love that. Thank you. Gosh, Tara, you're so accommodating. Thank you so much.
I still haven't been in one. This will be my first time.
Oh.
I'm going to direct you to the magic shower, okay? So come on in.
Okay.
Open the bathroom door.
I love the bunk back here. It looks so cozy.
Yeah, and so I modified that. That's a queen. It normally comes with 2 twins. Pull it all the way open until it clicks on the magnet that I installed. Okay, so now you see this door here. This is now just a toilet, right?
Right.
Grab the cutout in the gray wall.
This right here?
Yep, pull it towards you. Pull hard. Surprise!
And it's a shower. Holy crap, that's awesome.
Get in there.
Dude, I will tell you, whenever I see, dude, I weigh 300 pounds. Whenever I see a bathtub in an RV, I'm like, yeah, right, dude. You are freaking thinking of somebody else. That is so cool. Dude, this is awesome, man. Holy mackerel.
Right?
Dude, you got a whole freaking bike back there. You can park it in a regular parking spot too. Yeah.
And of course, with this extended on the back, you want to
right
to pull up to.
Yeah.
Perimeter of the parking.
Worth it to have the bikes with you.
Exactly. I had to have.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
The Triumph tried it because it was only 415 pounds, but the rear wheel doesn't fit on that.
Oh, it's a little too long.
No,
I gotcha.
The rear wheel's more sport bike wheel width.
It's too wide. I gotcha.
There's 2 different motototes.
So you just got to get the wider one. Damn, you got all sorts of bikes. I like the way you do business. I'm gonna ride your ADV 150. There we go. All right, a fully automatic. Let me get both hands on here to start. All right, fully automatic Honda ADV 150. The very first test ride. Dude, this thing is awesome. It's crazy to be like on a scooter and going over grass and everything like that, except like it's actually soaking up the bumps, you know? I mean, it actually has real suspension on it. I will tell you the immediate thing that's kind of upsetting about this, let me put this down here so you guys can actually hear me, is the suspension on this is so much better than the Trail 125. Holy crap, dude. This is cool. All right, one of the RVs working, and you know, now that Shep actually read the directions on my power inverter, it's on the charger, and we know it'll work now. Leave it to Shep to actually read the directions. Anyway, I got 2 Haulmaster from Harbor Freight motorcycle carriers, one 600-pound one and one 400-pound one, and this has a receiver in the back, and it's got another receiver up front. So let's see if this will work or not. I don't know if this old suspension can handle this or not, but there's only one way to find out. All right, well, I was gonna put these on myself, but my man Junior, out of the goodness of his heart, said that he would just do it. But no, he's got it, man.
5.0 stars.
5 stars on Google reviews, man. Hire Junior. Whatever you need done, he'll do it with a smile on his face, and it'll be done lickety split, baby.
If you want to know, actually, I'm starting my own business too.
Oh yeah, what's it gonna be?
It's called All Around Abilities. It's really, the business is really, truthfully and honestly, is based off all my skill sets. So,
dude, you're just like me, jack of all trades, master of none, man. But hey, that's better than having just one. I'll take a bunch any day of the week.
I can do it all.
Well, Junior's a man after our own hearts, all right? A man that can do it all. All right, Junior got this on here, and we're gonna test it out. doesn't look like it really compressed the rear suspension that much.
No way.
Ways, but
Sportster's got about 150 pounds like this.
well, 100 Rebel's one thing, a Harley-Davidson Sportster is completely another thing. So let's try out that rack again with this guy. What I'm worried about the most is I have much wider handlebars on here than you would normally have on a Sportster, but even more than that is my crash bar. Much wider handlebars on here than you would normally have on a Sportster. What worries me even more than that though is the crash bar is I'm kind of sketched out that it's not going to clear the rear wheel or the rear spare wheel of my RV, but only one way to find out. Definitely hitting the tire. Well, I'm gonna try pulling the tire off because honestly, that thing's flat anyway. I think it's a little sketchy. Or it feels sketchy at least. I know people use these all the time. Oh, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I really don't know if this is gonna work. Looks pretty dicey back there, but as I always say, there's only one way to find out. Tune in next time to see if I still have a Sportster after all this is said and done. Till next time, y'all, keep it weird.
Crashing through the sky comes a fearful cry. Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. Armies of the night, evil taking flight. Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Panic spreading far and wide. Can the world oppose the deadliest of foes? Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. Who will risk it all to end the evil call of Shade tree, army. Shade tree, army. They never give up, they never say die, walking tall with banners high. Shade Tree Army, a ruthless gang of scum, villains, freaks, and bikers determined to rule the world.